जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. My name is Aishwarya Singh, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the Mobile Association, it gives me great pleasure in extending a very warm welcome to all of you to this day-long summit, which is themed Harmonizing the growth of mobile devices in India. Ladies and gentlemen, as the telecom industry ushers into the 5G enabled mobile devices and Make in India 2.0, over 200 mobile brands have decided to come together to discuss and deliberate the key pressing issues of mobile pairs under the banner of the mobile industry body, the Mobile Association. Now, there is a very strong aspiration behind this initiative, and that is for the country to advance to the premier class so that its billion plus citizens can then reap the benefits. The objective is to create a platform where mobile device ecosystem players, brand owners, device OEMs and manufacturers, as well as government and other stakeholders can deliberate on taking the mobile industry to many newer heights by achieving the next phase of growth in India. Now, synergy may be an overworked word, but that is really the need of the hour. And I'd like to thank you all very much once again for taking the time out on a Monday, on a weekday, and gracing this occasion with your presence. So thank you very much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, this event is supported by SwiftKey Microsoft, Spirent, MR Lab, Ambrain, Senior World, Carbon, Comeo, Doel, Seacon, and InFocus, and is organized by the Mobile Association. With that said, of course, once again I'd like to stir up some excitement. Like I said earlier, we are going to have a lot of meaningful deliberations and lots of takeaways throughout the day. We will have panel sessions, track sessions. But what's more important is that we also will have some excitement brewing, because ours is a very exciting industry. And that's why at the end of each panel session, we will have lots of giveaways in the form of a lucky draw. So once again, I would like to inform all of you that at the end of the inaugural session, when you get a break of 15 minutes, do drop in your business cards in case you haven't, because that will then enable us to perform the lucky draw. And all these supporters of ours are going to give away some very exciting giveaways, which are like smartphones and other exclusive gadgets that they brought today at this event. So I thank you all once again, our supporters. And having that said, I'd like to take the privilege and the honor of requesting our esteemed dignitaries to kindly grace the dais. I'd like to begin by inviting on stage His Excellency, Mr. Shutin Thorn Khongsa, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Thailand to India. Warm welcome, sir. Request to kindly grace the dais. I'd also like to invite Dr. John Joseph, Member Budget, Central Board of Excise and Customs. Let's extend a hand and welcome him. Warm welcome, sir. I would also like to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. N. Sivaselam, Special Secretary, Department of Telecommunications, Government of India, is on his way. He's going to be joining us a little later. And so is another esteemed guest of ours, Mr. Arvind Gupta, CEO of MyGov. With that, let me now take the privilege of inviting on stage President of the Mobile Association, Ms. Bhavna Kumari. Let's welcome the lady with a big hand, please. Warm welcome, ma'am. And I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Bhupesh Rasin, Chairman, Mobile Advisory Committee, the Mobile Association. Let's welcome him with a big hand. And with that, we must extend a very warm welcome to the esteemed dignitaries. And so I request President of the Mobile Association, Ms. Bhavna Kumari, to extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor at this juncture. His Excellency, Mr. Shujin Thorn Khong Sak, Ambassador of Kingdom of Thailand to India, with a bouquet of flowers. Let's have another loud round of applause as we welcome His Excellency in our midst. And welcome once again His Excellency. Please take your seat, and I'd like to request Mr. Bhupesh Rasing, Chairman, Mobile Advisory Committee, the Mobile Association, to now do the honours and welcome Mr. Arvind Gupta, Dr. John Joseph, of course, Dr. John Joseph, Member Budget Central Board of Excise and Customs at this juncture. A round of applause for Dr. John Joseph, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for doing the honours, and the other dignitaries joining us very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. N. Sivaselam on his way, and Mr. Arvind Gupta on his way, about to be here anytime. Now, with that, traditionally in India, we always begin any program with the lighting of the lamp. The lamp, when lit, emits light and is, of course, symbolic of dispelling darkness and bringing in a lot of joy and abundance. So I'd like to request the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly join us for the lamp lighting ceremony, and I'd also like to invite on stage for the lamp lighting Mr. Ashok Budhiraja, CEO Mobile Standards Alliance of India, along with Mr. Praveen Prashant, Secretary of the Mobile Association, and may I also request Mr. Ashwani Budhiraja, Chief Technology Officer, Mobile Standards Alliance of India. Let's welcome these gentlemen as well with a round of applause, please. May I invite Mr. Ashok Budhiraja. Mr. Ashwani Budhiraja. Round of applause for the esteemed dignitaries doing the honours. And I'd like to say Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dhanasampada Shatra Buddhi Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute. That's the shlok that we chant when we light the lamp, which translates to the bringer of light, bless us with abundance, glory, joy, and of course take away all the darkness from our lives. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to request the President of the Mobile Association, Ms. Bhavna Kumari, to now address all of us and set the context for this very historic summit. Please give the lady a hand as I invite her to the podium to address all of us. A big round of applause for Ms. Bhavna Kumari once again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure as the President of the Mobile Association to welcome you all to the first inaugural edition of the Mobile Device Summit 2018. It's with great honor that I welcome Mr. Shujin Thorn Khong Sak, Ambassador of Kingdom of Thailand in India. I also attend a warm welcome to Dr. John Joseph, Member Budget Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. I also welcome Mr. Arvind Gupta, CEO MyGov, who will be joining a little shortly. And I also welcome Mr. N. Sivaselam, Special Secretary, Department of Telecommunication, Government of India. He will be also joining shortly. I thank the dignity for graciously accepting our invitation. I would also like to thank all our esteemed speakers and eminent guests for gracing the occasion with their presence. Let me give a little bit brief background about TMA. TMA is a non-profit industry body which seeks to bring together stakeholders and visionaries from the mobile device ecosystem and government agencies on a single platform to chart favorable policies and framework for the growth and development of the mobile device industry so that it further contributes to the country vision of a digital India. We are also proud to announce that we have more than 200 brands from the mobile device ecosystem have associated with us, which speaks volume about the vision and objective of the association, which are in sync with the industry sentiment. The mobile device ecosystem includes mobile brands, mobile manufacturers, OEM, M2M, chip manufacturers, OS players, app providers, M2M players, IoT vendors, startup, wearable vendors, mobile accessories, device testing lab and aftermarket players. If we see the growth of the mobile industry today, it is always on an upward trajectory with the demand for mobile phones showing a robust growth. In 2017, the mobile phone shipment crossed 300 million units, showing a 13% growth, with smartphone shipment accounting for 132 million and a feature phone shipment standing at 168 million according to Counterpoint Research. These numbers give us a glimpse into the vast opportunity that the mobile device industry has to offer if presented with the proper opportunities environment for their growth. Today we all have gathered here to discuss the need for harmonizing growth of mobile devices in India and how this is achievable if both the mobile device industry and the government regulatory agencies work in unison. The platform has given us the opportunity to bring into notice all these issues facing the mobile device industry and chalk out solutions to energize, bolster and support mobile device ecosystem. Today on this platform, our distinguished speakers will discuss and deliberate on themes impacting the growth of mobile device ecosystem. And the key takeaway of today's summit include sessions on Make in India, preparing for 5G device ecosystem, testing compliances with new regime, and the mobile device security in the connected world. We will discuss how we can achieve the next phase of mobile device industry growth in India, ease of doing business for mobile industry, and harmonizing regulatory framework and security of mobile device. Without much ado, I would like to offer the stage to our esteemed speakers. Hope you all find this session being very engaging, informative, and beneficial for the whole ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kumari, for setting the context for the summit and leaving us with the thought of energizing immensely the mobile device ecosystem. That's why we're here, and we've got some very esteemed guests of honor sitting here with us. I'm going to first start with Dr. John Joseph, Member Budget Central Board of Excise and Customs, and request him to please address all of us. This very powerful keynote coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's extend a hand for Dr. John Joseph, please.
His Excellency, the Ambassador of Thailand, Bhavana Kumari, this is your esteemed President, Mr. Bhupesh, Doyens of the mobile industry, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizers of this function for having invited me to grace this occasion and to understand your problems, because basically, as a regulator, we are always supposed to be on the other side. People always think that we are on opposite sides. But I can assure you, it is not so. We are on the same side. The first thing I want to impress upon you. As you can see in the current budget also, we would have seen that the basic thrust of the government now is to see that, okay, more of materials, more of goods are being manufactured in the country. That is Make in India. And toward that extent, this budget also you would have seen the duty structures have been calibrated to such an extent, to a greater extent, depending on the request from the MIT and other ministries, to see that the industry will be able to stand on its own, manufacture goods in our country, and see that we become the biggest hub or biggest manufacturing giant in the world. As your President has taken toll in her address, the shipments of mobile have been showing an extremely leaps and bound increase over the years. And as we all know, India is one of the biggest markets as far as the mobile industry is concerned. And this has happened in the span of almost hardly 20-25 years only. And the way it has gone shows that we still have more to go, because if you look at the way things are happening, it is at the lower end of mobile sector that we are growing much faster than at the higher ends. I mean, if you look at that numbers, if you look at compared to the world, we need to get into that sector too, and that means a huge technological upgradation. We need a lot of smaller industries to come up in this country who can manufacture all the components of the mobile, and ultimately one should go for the fab, which requires a lot of investment. And what I should say, there has to be a public-private participation. The government and industry joining hands together to see that a fab is established in this country, so that our own requirements can be met with that. And if you are able to do that only, we should be able to move forward. Currently there is a problem that, okay, industry is also coming to me saying that, okay, you need to shelf the increase in the rates of certain items, because currently these are not being manufactured in the country. But I can tell you the same story, that it is all chicken and egg story, because unless you put the rates on, there will be no incentive for somebody to come up with something. But if the rates are high, people say there is no manufacturing facility here. So, but then the way needs to be that, okay, look, it is hardly 6 months. We will not suffer for 6 months, but then after 6 months we should be in a position to do something. And that should be the way we should look at it. Secondly, I would like to tell one more thing. If you look at the way our trade is expanding, mobile accessories, not only mobile accessories, but in all the other parts of the items of trade also. If you look at the container trade, boxes trade, almost 90 lakhs boxes are handled in this country in a year. And out of that, almost 60% of the boxes are being traded between the Southeast Asian countries, China or South Asian countries, and us. That is coming from the eastern seaboard of the country. Currently, all these boxes are either transshipped in Singapore or at Colombo. And that, I think all of you must be who are in the import-export business, all of you must be doing that only. You must be knowing that it requires more money and more time. But by the time the box reaches, it will be almost 20-25 days, depending on which port from China it is sailing from. But now, to tell you the thing, because I have been in charge of the central zone of the country, where in the eastern seaboard, you must be knowing Krishnapatnam port. That is one of the biggest ports in the country with the deepest draft. Even it can handle the biggest vessels available in the world, the Valamax carriers, which is the biggest tonnage in the thing. Cape vessels are a regular visitor over there, and I have talked to them because there is a problem with the transshipment regulations of the country as far as we are concerned, and there is a problem with the cabotage rules also. Cabotage has been relaxed. The transshipment rules, I have already given the orders for that one, issued orders on the file. So now, if any of you would like to do this one, you can directly get the cargo from Chinese ports or any Southeast Asian port. For that matter, directly bring it to Krishnapatnam, which will save you almost 10 to 12 days at a minimum. Think about the time saving on that one. And on the cost front, they have already assured me, because I have already worked with them also, you will be saving almost $200 at the minimum per box, if not more, because depending on how much volume you are having, you should be able to negotiate and get more from them. Think about that one, and not only that, we have already asked them to do the direct port delivery, which you must be knowing that in Bombay it has been doing very well. People have got the benefit of that also. And with the direct port delivery coming over there, all the northern bound cargo, which all of you must be having here also, will be coming so easily. And even the cargo to southern ports also, like Chennai, up to Chittagong, you can from the entire eastern seaboard can be serviced from Krishnapatnam itself. And that will be a huge step for as a logistic revolution to the country. It will reduce the cost, it will reduce the time so that your cash flow gets improved. You will be getting just-in-time manufacturing sort of thing, so you don't have to worry about things also. I think I would urge all of you to look into this scenario, see that, okay, you save on cost as well as on time, which will definitely improve the competitiveness of our industry. Basically, if you look at it, the Indian industry suffers basically because of high cost of borrowing and the lack of infrastructure and the logistic issues. there are no dearth of any entrepreneurs because we are all smart. I mean, so the guys who are running the show are really smart and they are able to come up with. But the logistical problem always hits us badly, and this will be one of the few steps that we can offer you so that your industry's competitiveness goes up. The other thing which I would like to tell you is there is a proposal in the ministry going around that any item which gets sold from the SEZ units to the DTA is supposed to be given the best FTA rates. If you look at that one, I can tell you the best FTA rates in the world is zero. I mean, as far as our country is concerned, there are only 13,000 tariff lines as far as the customs tariff is concerned. Almost 85% of that are under FTA with one country or the other. So if you allow best FTA rates on the SEZ movements of goods from SEZ to the domestic tariff area, I can assure you, unless few of you are at least having unit in the SEZ, you are going to be doomed. It is for the industry to resist this one. Talk to the concerned officials of the government and say that this is not a good moment. Because the moment what happens, any fact, you buy anything from anywhere, take it to the SEZ. Coming into the SEZ, you are getting duty free because that is the way the concept has been devised. And you pack it, put your stamp, name, and then sell it to the country. You are getting duty free. So how are you people, you gentlemen who have invested their money, bought the factories up, bought the industry up, how are you going to suffer? How are you going to go against this challenge? You will never be able to meet the challenge. All of you are going to be doomed. So kindly, as an association side, kindly take up this issue. And I think I already talked to Mr. Mubashi also. He told me that he has sent me a letter. We need to address to the real, so who are on the real policymakers in the country to see that okay, this does not happen. Because if this happens, it will be the entire, it will be like going totally contrary to the Make in India concept as such. So kindly look into that matter also. Because I thought I will just give you this one so that all of you should be knowing that okay, what's going on. And with these few words, I think the mobile industry should be able to meet the challenge. And as I already told you, for your logistical solution also, I have given you some solutions. And maybe in the next 2-3 years, let us see a good fab gets developed in this country with all your time. I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for instilling in all of us a lot of confidence and motivation and leaving us with those words of wisdom whereby we can enhance the competitiveness of the industry. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to move on to a very special address by His Excellency, Mr. Shutanthorn Khongsa, Ambassador of Thailand to India. Let's extend a hand and welcome him to the podium, please.
If I were a member of TMA, I would be very happy, to have the regulators speaking in such a supportive, and collaborative way. And I think the government of India is very clear in what it wants to do, and I think the association should make the most of this opportunity. Okay, good morning everyone on the dais and ladies and gentlemen. Normally I'm not nervous, about attending functions like this, but today I am. In my 1 year and 2 months here, this is the first time that I'm really nervous because looking at the topics of your discussion, it's very technical. I'm a user, but I'm not a technical side. But anyway, I hope I'm able to say something which is of use to you. Okay? It's an honor to participate in the Mobile Association Summit 2018 today. The theme of harmonizing growth of mobile devices in India has inspired me to think of the role of mobile phones, which has been substantially developed, from a device for making phone calls or taking selfies, to one that links us with the immense potential of digital technology and big data. Mobile devices, and especially mobile phones, will transform the sustainable development agenda, and you don't know how enabling the mobile phones and the other mobile devices that you are part of the industry will be how important it is towards transforming us towards a better India, but also better world. Digital technology and big data are the new drivers, for the Indian and global economies. Many high-tech algorithms can link and translate information from all sectors into value-added and reliable sources of information. And through smartphones, we can all easily access this information through applications on a mobile screen. The growth of mobile devices business in India reflects the improvement of the quality of life of Indians and vice versa. So it is a virtuous circle. It is evident that the number of people who can access and utilize digital services to facilitate their daily activities is increasing. For example, Upesh's GV Mobiles, sells 4 lakh units per month. That number is very big for somebody from Thailand, because our country is smaller than many states in India. So I strongly believe that people who work in the mobile phones sector are important enablers in shaping a better future for a new India. Now, I'm Ambassador of Thailand. I wish to inform you that digital technology and innovation are also now playing a very important role in Thailand. We are working to drive the country's digital transformation and utilize innovation to free the country from the middle income trap and become a high income country. It may sound easy, it just sounds like words, but Thailand is now around $4,000 per capita. But in order to reach high income country, it has to be above, I think around 12,000, and that's not easy. And that's why they call it the middle income trap. Because to make that transformation, we have to do Thailand 4.0 or New India 2022. But your sector is key to that because you need the digital transformation. So Thailand's digital journey begins with Thailand 4.0, which is derived from the concept of Industry 4.0, a developmental model to transform our economy towards a value-based and innovation-driven economy. Through Thailand 4.0, the Thai government aims to enhance the capacity of technology and innovation in the country by attracting foreign investment through developing of the Eastern Economic Corridor, or the EEC. We grew, to where we are today from the Eastern Seaboard Development, and this is taking the Eastern Seaboard Development, from petrochemicals and so on, plus the digital element and, the next form of industries. Okay? It's a newly created special economic zone. The EEC has a combined area of more than 13,000 square kilometers, with a goal to facilitate and attract investment in 10 innovative targeted industries, including the sectors of intelligent electronics and digital. While Make in India is at the heart of transforming the Indian economy, Make in Thailand by India, for ASEAN and the world, may also be an option for the Indian mobile devices business to achieve its next phase of growth. The EEC therefore awaits you. I can tell you that now the smart touch screens on all BMWs are made, in Thailand. But that is not because of us, it's because of Kyocera from Japan, shifted to Thailand. So this movement is happening everywhere. And I think India will be the next phase. Every day I'm in bringing Thai businesses to India. I'm talking to the Japanese, the Korean embassies, and also talking to the office of, in our business, I have to call them Chinese Taipei, you might call them Taiwan. And because we are part of their supply chain. And when they come together. You like to go everywhere with your friends, holiday or work. So this is how we work here. We don't work in individual embassies, okay? And I would like to elaborate, on the reasons for choosing Thailand as your next, phase in the growth of your industry. First, we are ranked 26th, in ease of doing business. If it were not for India, we would have been the most improved last year. But India, you know how when you go to school, you came in second, then you think, if that guy was not born at that time, you would have been first, right? So because of India, we came in second, most improved. Okay? We offer a friendly setting for foreign investors. Most of you only know my country for Thai food, for tourism and for Ramayana. But the fourth thing that you will say is business. So that's what I want. That's my job now. That you say Thailand is also good for business. So in terms of investment promotion for the mobile devices business, we have a digital park in the EEC, which is a flagship project that offers maximum privileges for investment in digital clusters. You can come together, including computer hardware and smart devices. We also provide platforms for technology and knowledge transfer among Thai government agencies and foreign investors, called the Eastern Economic Corridor of Innovation, or EECI. The EECI will create an innovation environment that benefits all industries and communities in the area by providing facilities such as laboratories and field laboratories, analysis centers, pilot plants, demonstration plants for those who participate in the program. The technology and knowledge will be shared and transferred to the business and local communities. So the EECI awaits you. Second, Thailand has a perfect location to be a strategic hub for foreign investors to export their products to the Indo-Pacific and to the world. Our own country, our growth is a product of globalization. Furthermore, the achievements of economic integration in our region, the ASEAN community, the 10 Southeast Asian nations, has facilitated the movement of goods and service professionals among the 10 member states, which is a market of 635 plus million. It's still smaller than India, but it's big enough, for you to be attracted to it. And of course, our objective is the same as you, which is to make single economic space, like what India is trying to do. Okay? Moreover, ASEAN is also promoting the digital economy, including e-commerce, digital integration, innovation, smart cities, and a facilitative trade architecture. This will spur the growth of digital services in the region and a huge demand for mobile devices. By the way, Thailand is also the location of the regional office for Asia and the Pacific of the International Telecommunication Union. So, the growth of the digital economy, however, has brought many challenges for societies across the world. I don't want to admit it, but most of our government communications is done by a social media application called Line, and it's made in Japan. And I think the Japanese know everything we're doing, because we don't have our own government application. Anyway, so and people don't even think about that. Okay, so I will send you a message online saying, okay, but don't tell anyone. Okay, but the Japanese, they're probably reading everything. Anyway, so while substantial digital information has been seamlessly connected to all providers and users across borders, the issues related to safe and trusted digital ecosystem domestically and internationally are yet to be fully understood and clarified. I think that's the work of all government forums, including something called APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, which I am campaigning for India to join. Okay? Needs to be clarified. So I believe the Mobile Association can be a strong player to help tackle these challenges and shape a better future for the digital economy. In conclusion, I would like to offer my congratulations to the Mobile Association for its success in organizing the Mobile Association Summit today. I would also like to thank Mr. Bhupesh Rasin, Vice President, Corporate Affairs, of GB Mobiles who called on me to invite me and also to express interest to invest in Thailand, which has awakened, a new agenda for me to try and enrich this relationship. The Royal Thai Embassy in New Delhi always stands ready to welcome Indian investors, especially those who are in the mobile devices sector, to explore the potentials of our country and our ASEAN region, especially through the Eastern Economic Corridor. We are also committed to support Thai businesses in India towards their successful business ventures. And if any Indian business may want to find possible Thai partners, we may be able to help. We are your Thai office in New Delhi. Indeed, a prosperous and inclusive future is within the reach of all of us. So let's stay connected and let's go digital. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, for that very significant address and leaving us with the powerful thought that a constant innovation environment is pertinent to empower the mobile device industry, and thank you for promising support and also offering to all of us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, let me first extend a very warm welcome to our eminent speaker. I've been talking about him, taking his name. Mr. Arvind Gupta, CEO of MyGov, is now here. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. And may I request Mr. Bhupesh Rasin, Chairman, Mobile Advisory Committee of the Mobile Association, do the honors and welcome him with the bouquet of flowers. A very warm welcome to you, sir. So all of our eminent guests, ladies and gentlemen, on the day, so round of applause, have been running in and out of meetings to make it to this event. We thank them so much, and I have to, of course, inform all of you that Dr. John Joseph, member of the Central Board of Excise and Customs, has to now go to a meeting. So he took out some time for this inaugural session, this very important day for us. Thank you so much, sir. And I'd like to request His Excellency, of course, if we could request you to do the honors and thank him on our behalf with a small token of appreciation. So I request His Excellency, Mr. Shutanthorn Kongsa, to do the honors and thank Dr. John Joseph, ladies and gentlemen, with a small token from the Mobile Association. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Dr. John Joseph, who's having to leave us because of a very, very urgent meeting that has come up. We thank you so much, sir, for your presence, and we thank you, His Excellency, for doing the honors tremendously. So Dr. John Joseph has to leave. Thank you once again, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, you be here. We're now going to hear another compelling address, a very, very powerful one, as the other two that we have witnessed so far. We're now going to hear from Mr. Arvind Gupta. So please extend a hand and welcome the CEO of MyGov, Mr. Arvind Gupta, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, please.
Thank you and good morning, Ambassador Kun Pichkon, my friends from the association. I really am speaking here from my personal experience with Digital India and what all we've seen in the last 48 months. For those of you who know, about 4 years ago, we convened a small meeting of the then mobile industry handset players in July 2014. And what started happening, I would wish my friend Praveen Prashant is here, and we started talking about how do we make the mobile, which is a smartphone and the non-smartphone, integral part of this whole vision of Digital India. And today I'm glad that all of you have gathered here. There is a lot of movement in the industry that has already happened. You see, India, as the ambassador has already said, is really leading the world in net additional smartphones and mobile phones every year. We have a billion, population of 1.3 billion, everybody knows India's digital DNA, about 1.22 mobile connections, serving over 900 million, about 90 crore to about a 90 crore plus mobile user base. A lot of people in India have 2 to 3 SIMs. And that's another thing that has happened. And thirdly, they're all connected to, today they have the security of having banking and digital payments all interlinked. Now, why this is important is that in 2014, a cost of GB per month, if you put, was about 270 rupees per GB, averaging out. Can you guess what is the cost of GB today? Data consumption per month on an average? Again, on an average, if you look at per se, it's actually much lower, but on an average, it's 19 rupees a month per GB. From 269 to 70 range to about 20. From 155th in data consumption in the world to the top 3. 4 years. That has been the digital transformation of India. Right? From making 6 crore handsets, mostly non-smartphones, to about 22 crore. For having 2 mobile manufacturing facilities to about 120 mobile accessories, batteries. Last week the first battery also facility got kicked off. So what is drastically changed is the recognition that digital is going to be one of our biggest levers of economic growth, of empowerment, and that's been the story. And in that, the government led by Prime Minister Modi realizes and recognizes that India is leapfrogging into a smartphone, mobile first economy. The digital economy in India is primarily led by a mobile first economy. The government thinks mobile, and due to the right interventions at the right time, what used to be and still probably would be one of the highest import bills, the electronics industry, is significantly coming up. The value of mobile phones now made in India is upwards of $18 billion, 1,30,000 crores. And that is what we were reporting. So, combine Digital India, the empowerment of India, the data implosion, the government's intention to encourage digital economy, digital payments, and of course you, as both citizens and industry leaders, all of that combined has caused a complete change in the way India's digital economy is going forward, securing our own future. And this is very integral. What Ambassador just talked about, and I will go a step deeper than that, being a little bit of a technology person. It's from the design level, the operating system level, that we need to own this whole empowerment instrument. This instrument that we say, we are proud today that majors like Apple and Samsung and others are also making in India, but the value add has to go up. From the design to the operating system to the battery, all are essential parts of this ecosystem. If we make in India still, do we own the operating system? We need to make a lot of efforts in that design, from the chip to the operating system, to the secure layer, to local languages. Keep in mind, 86% of Indians don't consume content or any application or consume content in a language other than English. 86%. So we need to have those features native, not as a wrapper, but those features native, where both the handsets support native languages, regional languages, vernacular languages, but also have secure designs built in by default. This whole topic of encryption, I won't get into that, but these are essential parts of it. The language is very, very important for mobiles to even go further, reach the last mile. And lastly, a very high value add is required to be done in India. That's the way forward. It's like the same student that the ambassador was mentioning. Once you start doing well, expectation also increase on your shoulders. So now that you have topped the school, you better top the state. Now that you have topped that is the expectation now. So the fact that we started making in India, making really gone up from 2 to 120, done all the right things. I think it's important that we also understand what is at stake in the digital economy for India. The leadership that we've shown in building platforms for payments, for identity, for DigiLocker, for so many others, has to be taken forward to the mobile ecosystem, not just the handset, from design to operating system to the layer of languages to security, cyber security. I mean, if you don't build your own, somebody else is always going to have control of that. So, and then of course, adequate literacy. Government is giving enough push to that, but I think how to use it safely, how to make it a device for real empowerment with financial applications on it and everything else needs to keep enhanced. And those are the things I would like to share. I think I wish this both the association and this congregation of very good wishes, and I think you are making India proud. Keep doing that. But I've just given you the next challenge, that own the ecosystem, own just not the hardware, the whole ecosystem. And that's where, when India today has 50 crore smartphones, another 50 crore non-smartphones, and it grows rapidly in adding net about 12 to 13 crore smartphones a year. So the next 3 to 4 years we'll become a complete smartphone country. I think this industry needs to play the most important role in making that happen. With that, I'm also going to take your leave. I have another meeting at 11. I had promised to be here for some time in the morning. So please, I'm sure I'll get updated on the deliberations. So thank you very much and good luck. Thank you.
So, can we just hold you back for 2 minutes, and we have a very quick vote of thanks, if you allow me. Is that all right, sir? Thank you so much. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank Mr. Gupta once again for that very, very pertinent address. In fact, a very significant again, where the mobile devices industry is truly contributing to the dream of digital India, and we can and we must own the system. Powerful thoughts there. And with that, I'd like to now invite Mr. Bhupesh Raseen, Chairman, Mobile Advisory Committee, TMA, to kindly extend the vote of thanks for the inaugural session. So extend a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the energy going in the house.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, leaders, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. First of all, I would like to thank you all for your participation in the summit. And I'm sure that with your participation, mobile industries, stakeholders' participation and the government's participation will bring the positive output, positive results after this summit. And I will say after the summit, we are going to take up all the issues to the relevant government verticals so that the problems or the issues should be solved. Now, Dr. Joseph is not here now, but he spoke about a very important issue, that is SEZ. Sales from SEZ to DTA, that is domestic tariff area, means normal market. We all are paying duties. We are all are paying the duties, the full duties. Let's say if in the case of CBU, we are paying approximately 20% duty for the CBU, and if it is in SKD, lot of parts average is 15%. But if this thing happens, we are paying the duty at the rate of 15 or 20% respectively, or 10% on PCBs. But SEZ is zero duty, and they can sell with a 0%. It will definitely kill our industry. So the TMA has raised this issue to Secretary MeitY and Secretary DOT, Secretary DIPP, Secretary Finance, Member Customs, and the other relevant verticals, including the PMO's office. So we have given our representation against this SEZ sales to SEZ to DT. So I think it's a hidden agenda of some people, but anyway, the TMA is committed to all the mobile industry stakeholders, all the brands, maybe small or big, and we will be there with them always. अब मैं कुछ दिल की बात कहना चाहता हूँ। अभी गवर्नमेंट को शिवसलम साहब आए नहीं और मेंबर कसम चले गए, लेकिन मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ, DIPP भी लिखना चाहूँगा कि फॉर द मोबाइल इंडस्ट्री, फॉर द मोबाइल इकोसिस्टम 100% FDI should not be permitted. 25% stake should be there for Indian entrepreneurs to safeguard our industry, to safeguard the ecosystem. Presently, this ecosystem is not there for the mobile industry. The government has imposed a duty on PCBA, but there is no system, no ecosystem. Nobody is making the PCBA with the exact technology. If some brand want to develop that PCBA in India, the other party is not going to share the Garber file or Excel files. So there are different challenges, and we will. TMA is committed to the mobile brands, and we are representing all the 200 plus brands. We are not specifically for one or two brands. So we will take up all relevant issues. And now again, I would like to thank you all for your participation. The mobile industry is completely supporting Digital India, Electronic India, and Make in India. Jai Hind.
Very much, sir, for rendering the word of thanks at the inaugural session of this summit. With that, we have to thank very much the esteemed dignitaries, and once again I have a request to His Excellency to please do the honours for Mr. Arvind Gupta and thank him with a small token of our appreciation. So can we have the memento, please? Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Arvind Gupta, CEO of MyGov. And I'd like to request at this juncture, I request President of the Mobile Association, Ms. Bhavna Kumari, to please present a small token to His Excellency at this juncture. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for His Excellency, Mr. Shujanporn Thongsak, the Thailand Ambassador to India. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, His Excellency. And now I would request all four of you to please pose for the photo opportunity. I'd also like to invite Mr. Praveen Prashant, our Secretary, to kindly join us for the photo op. Mr. Budi Raja, Mr. Ashok Budi Raja, Mr. Ashwini Budi Raja. If you're here with us, may I invite you please to step up and join us for this photo opportunity, please. We've got Mr. Ashok Budi Raja, CEO of MSCI Mobile Standards Alliance of India, and Mr. Ashwini Budi Raja, CTO, the Chief Technology Officer of Mobile Standards Alliance of India, joining us for this photo opportunity. There we are. And can you please hear it for all of them, ladies and gentlemen? And a loud round of applause. All right, thank you very much once again, His Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Gupta, once again for inaugurating this summit, ladies and gentlemen, the first one of the Mobile Association. And with that, we now take a 15 minutes tea coffee break, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you, at exactly 11:15, we will start with the next session, which is a very, very compelling one on the theme of Make in India version 2.0. This is going to be moderated by Mr. Praveen Prashant, Secretary of the Mobile Association. And of course, esteemed panelists are going to be gracing this one. And at the end of this session, we have one lucky draw. We have several lucky draws throughout the day, but I hope you have your business cards in the bowl that is at the registration desk. In case you haven't dropped it, this is a good time to put your business card in the registration desk, and I will pray that you get lucky and walk away with a smartphone or two. We will actually have one or two at the end of the next session, and then at the end of each session we will have a lucky draw. So make sure your business cards are in that bowl, and do enjoy tea coffee with us, which is organized outside in the pre-function area, and come back at 11:15. Before that, please, because 11:15 sharp is when we will begin with the next session. Thank you very much.
हाँ मैंने किया नहीं एक सेकंड
Yeah, but we have to find appropriate link, to like that, something, or when you see something, it can't be just